Hello everyone. I can't express the importance of for each and every one of you to view this YouTube. No matter how many segments it takes, no matter how much time. This was specifically done for myself, baby boomers, parents, children, brothers, sisters. I know so many people have tried to make change insofar as advocacy for senior citizens, their care. No one's really succeeded. If each and every one would take a moment and view this, maybe change would happen. So please, I can't express enough what you have to do. So please view this. Thank you. My name is Barbara Ina Sarnoff-Katz. I pray that you will view this message in its entirety. Emmanuel Maxie Sarnoff is my father. I still can't think of him as dead. Daddy's 100th birthday is October 14, 2009. His 3 wishes to celebrate are to jump out of an airplane via parachute, 2 go skydiving, 3 have his photograph affixed to a grape jelly jar. The only wish I am able to fulfill is the jelly jar. In my left hand, I hold 87 registered signed return receipts for the Silent Atrocities diary I sent out throughout the country and Europe. I received 2 acknowledgments from the UK. No one else. I sent a diary to our president, every major network, CNN, NBC, CBS, etc. I assure you they never reached the anchor person I addressed it to. They probably wound up in the trash. In my left hand, I hold a legal document releasing my father's attorney. Excuse me, this isn't easy. This is quite impromptu. This document releasing my father's attorney from any further legal representation. And in this same hand, I hold rejection letters from numerous law firms. Money, business, politics, and ageism, AGEISM, discrimination against the elderly, play a huge role in their decisions. Again, in this left hand, I hold a document that I filed to enter my appearance pro se to represent my dead father if no attorneys would take the case on. And finally, I hold a court document dismissing Daddy's case with prejudice. With prejudice. And now to the diary, somewhat modified. Throughout my reading, you will see affirmations of Daddy's extraordinary talents and achievements. What I've experienced from February 2008 to October 2008 is so bad and heart-wrenching. I lost my dad, Maxie, to atrocities. Human errors carried out every second of every day by the bureaucracy, doctors, nurses, caregivers, hospitals, and recovery care facilities. The medical profession. The only difference between a 98-year-old man and a newborn male is that the newborn has his mother as an advocate. But what about the 98-year-old man who has no one to speak up for him and protect him from medical atrocities? No one cares. I say this with such pain and passion in my heart that it's taken 64 years of naivete. I'm now 66 years old, and it has only been in the past 2 years that I've learned what this world of ours is basically comprised of: prostitutes. Not the girls on the streets, they're saints, but the doctors, lawyers, families, accountants, clergymen, insurance salesmen, so forth and so on. Who can one trust? No one. My father, Emmanuel Maxie Sarnoff, died on October 29, 2008. Maxie was born on October 14, 1909. My father was one of the most talented, creative, brilliant, interesting men I've ever known, and I've known quite a few. Maxie quit school, hopped freight trains, and wound up in Hollywood, California when he was only 15 years of age. He worked at MGM Studios befriending Clark Gable, Joan Crawford, Jean Harlow, Wallace Beery, Greta Garbo, and many more. And we have here, I can find it amidst all these papers, Here we are. A letter signed by, one of many letters signed by Joan Crawford, a very dear friend of my father, Maxie's. Greta Garbo, her life story. Daddy's written up in this. Her life story. It's on the left side. This is Greta Garbo, if you're not familiar with who she was. And here's Lillian Roth dancing with my dad. He was an unbelievable dancer. Daddy was in Witness, Dead Poets Society, Glitz. Here's Daddy on an NBC show about Glitz. This is when they were trying to shake him down. He was a restaurant owner. Okay. He designed movie sets, did electrical work on sound stages, and was a fantastic artist. Here's a sketch he did of Mommy right after she died, a few hours after she died, rather after we buried her. Here's a sketch he did of himself, Maxie for President. Here is a Christmas card that Daddy designed, you know, symbolizing his interest in music. He designed many neon signs, the hypodermic needle for medicine. He was an unbelievably talented man. Let's see. Here's something else. Well, I'll show it to you as we progress. I could go on and on. Maxie wrote poetry, designed and sculpted religious statuaries. He did this of Moses. He made it himself and designed it. He wrote music for Vaughn Monroe during the war and many others. Here's a copy of the original sheet music. The song was called Gee, I Wish. He put together the Philly string band, Philly Sound string band. Daddy did this. And the music he had written during the war. He had written and produced with some of his friends a wonderful memorial series record, Washington, Lincoln, and Franklin D., about Franklin Delano Roosevelt. This is one of his productions here. Brilliant, brilliant, interesting man. Fortunately, he had taken enough homeopathic remedies to keep him in good health over the years. The surgeons were afraid. Okay, I think I've jumped ahead. I'm so sorry. Okay. All right, I'm sorry. He became a layman for homeopathic medicine, lectured and wrote papers at Hahnemann Hospital in Philadelphia, PA, once originally a homeopathic facility. Now we have here one of his lectures that he had given at Hahnemann Hospital on a layman's experience with homeopathy. These are some of the bottles of homeopathic medicine. This particular bottle is 100 years old. And here are the New Age versions of homeopathic vials that are sold at lots of your grocery stores and drugstores. These are some of my father's books. We have Elementary Manual of Physiology. We have Guiding Symptoms by Herring. And Daddy's favorite, the Materia Medica from Calcutta, India, which is the Bible of homeopathic medicine. Homeopathic medicine has been around for a long time, and the AMA frowned upon its teachings because, like everything else, the AMA couldn't make any money out of it, and everything is always about money. Maxie forever tried to prescribe and convince everyone about how special it was and what miracles could be achieved with the tiny sugar pills. But unfortunately, my father died at the hands of these so-called orthodox means of medical treatment. Daddy was, medically speaking, a virgin, meaning he had not had penicillin and all these other bullshit medications that they give everyone who are not even aware of homeopathy that's been around forever. Okay.